Last week I was watching this short documentary, about 45 minutes, with the title Social Media, Self-Image and Fake Reality. It's a very interesting documentary. It's available in YouTube. And I learned from this documentary that not everything you see in social media, in Facebook, in Instagram or Snapchat are real. 99% of what you see in social media are filtered. I'm sure you even use this app face filter. If you use this app, if your eyes are bigger, you can reduce them, make them smaller. If you don't have eyebrows or eyelashes, you can add eyelashes. It can enhance your appearance, your physical appearance. It can make you more beautiful and more attractive. Kaya pag yung kaibigan mo, alam mo naman yung itsura niya, tapos nag-post siya, bigla siya kumanta. Huwag kang maniwala naman, no? Everything is filtered to make appear beautiful. In social media, people can fake their life. I know some popular influencers, every time they post something that is happening in their life in the social media, I know they just pick and chose only those moments that are perfect and happy. But those normal things that are happening to them, the behind the scenes, we will never know that. I would like to use this image, this picture, to reflect on the lesson of our readings today. Not everything you see is real. We can fake our life in social media. We stick to that image. Now we go to the readings. In the first reading from the book of Malachi, the prophet Malachi said that priests in his time are not showing good examples to their people. They were not living in truth and genuine goodness. I would say, what you observe in some priests and bishops today is not new. The scandals in the church by our leaders is not new. Even during the time of the prophet Malachi, it's already happening. And I know how frustrating and disappointing it is when you hear a priest who gives good homilies, who is pious, who is friendly and very charismatic, and then suddenly you hear that he is involved in a scandal. I know how disappointing and frustrating that is. This is not new. Let me remind you, this is not new. We see this in the time of Prophet Malachi. I'm not saying that you should not be disappointed, or you should tolerate your priests if they are involved in scandals. The Gospel. In the Gospel, we hear Jesus berating the Pharisees and scribes because they are not true to the religion and to their teachings. He made them an example of self-righteous people because they think, the Pharisees and the scribes think they are better, they are morally and spiritually superior than others. Jesus now tells them they are hypocrites. You are hypocrites. And because they always want people to recognize them, to praise them, to acknowledge them, and to respect them. But deep inside, they don't have compassion, they are not loving enough. They demand sacrifices from people, but they themselves do not sacrifice. Parang nahihirapan akong tapusin ito. Kasi bumabalik na sa amin. But anyway, the question is, are the scribes and Pharisees really that bad people? Sa sinabi ng Panginoon, ganun ba talaga kasama ang mga tao ito? Yung mga relihiyosong tao ito? I think no. We have to understand the Pharisees and the scribes are not that very bad people. In fact, many of them were sincere and pious in many ways, and at many times. They are just human. Kung minsan, tama yung ginagawa nila, pero kung minsan, hindi nila alam na mali ang kanilang ginagawa. Yun ang pagiging tao. Sabihin mo nga sa katabi mo, alam ko, tao ka lang. Naiintindihan. But I think more important to understand is the problem that Jesus pointed out about the scribes and Pharisees is not that they have faults or they have sins. I think it's not that. But that they were blind to their faults and to their sins. That is the greater problem that Jesus pointed out about the scribes and Pharisees. Not that they have sins and faults, but that they were so blind about their faults and sins. The scribes and Pharisees were not bad people. They were just human. Now, this image, this picture that Jesus used for them is the same picture that